Rum Explorers, I'm Nia. I'm a rum enthusiast and it is rum time. So today I'm actually very excited to try this bottle. I've been waiting pretty much since the beginning of this rum journey. We have this on our basically rum bucket list is what I will call it. It is the Real McCoy. This is a 12-year-old rum. So the Real McCoy is based on Bill McCoy, who was a rum runner during the Prohibition era. So what he did was he brought rum from the Caribbean all the way up to New York and stayed 3 miles outside of the basically ocean limit, so he was still in international waters, and that's how he worked around bringing spirits from the Caribbean and selling rum. So he basically had a floating liquor store for people to come and enjoy. The main thing that he's known for is that he was very picky with the rums he picked. He basically picked companies that had no additives or any colorings. So they basically, that's why they call them the Real McCoy for this particular rum. Now, most of the rums that he picked were blackstrap molasses and rums from Barbados. This one in particular does use also pure spring water from Barbados. It's a mix of rums made in copper pot stills and twin column coffee stills. So they basically have 52 very unique barrels, and they mix those that are hand-picked into this bottle and then age it for 12 years in ex-bourbon casks at the Foursquare Distillery. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up, which I'm super excited. Ooh, that's a good pop. It does have a plastic cork. As far as the coloring, it is a true amber. I went a little bit heavy on the pouring today because I'm so excited. I'm gonna agitate the rum a little and let it sit. The price for this bottle is approximately 52 USD. It is 12 years, so I think we'll see how it tastes, but based on 12 years, I think it's pretty well priced. We'll see as far as the flavorings. But obviously this company already has so much history. It is distilled at Foursquare, and then the history of him being the original actual rum runner. I'm very excited, and also since they do supposedly use like the finest of blackstrap rums, which I tend to like the darker rums, we'll see how this tastes. There's some beautiful beading on top. The legs are not as slow as I expected, to be honest. They are running down a little bit faster than expected for a 12-year-old rum, but we'll see. Okay, so on the nose, it smells very similar to the Foursquare rums. So I was kind of expecting this very long lingering in the back of my palate, but this is not what I'm getting from this one. This was actually on the sweeter side, and I don't know if they use blackstrap molasses in this one, but it is, I like it. I do enjoy it, but I'm kind of a little disappointed. Just a smidge, not too much. I definitely think it's worth the $52 that we spent on this bottle. The reason why is because I expected for a 12-year-old rum that has this amount of history. Honestly, I just expected to be a little bit more flavorful and have the flavors lingering compared to the other Foursquare bottles. They're practically the same or very similar aging. Most of the Foursquare Exceptional Cask series, those are between 12 and 14 years aging, so I expected a lot of more flavorful and development through my palate as I tried this. It's a very good rum, don't get me wrong, but I do have to say this is not treasure chest approved. I don't think I would replace any of my other current rums. As far as the rum type for the journal, this is going to be an aged rum. As far as the Gargano type of classification, this is going to be a single blended rum because it is utilizing a mixture of copper pot still and twin column coffee stills. So it is going to be a single blended. Then as far as the Royal Rum Society's tasting code, I'm going to give it a 6. It is a little bit on the sweeter side. The coloring, I'm not sure if they use blackstrap molasses. I don't know if you've seen the blackstrap type of rums, but they tend to be a little bit darker in color. They kind of look like you've added like licorice possibly, but they haven't. It's because of the type of molasses they use, which is blackstrap. So I would give this a 6. In that sense, it tends to be a little bit sweeter than expected. And then as far as from blend to flavorful, I did give it a C because it was a little lackluster on my palate. I do have to say, the first time that I tried it, I did think, as far as from harsh to smooth, I did give it a medium. It is 80 proof and I did get a little bit of a hug or burn or whatever you want to call it. But I left it sitting here for 10 minutes and then I came back, and honestly it's very smooth, which I'm very impressed about. So I switched it from a medium to a low. So if you let it sitting, I think this is an amazing sipping rum. I really enjoy it. I do want to put some ice in here and see if it opens up a little. I know the shame. Some people are gonna say, what are you doing? If you like it sipping it neat, why are you doing ice? I just feel like because it's a 12-year-old rum, I was expecting a lot of more complex flavorings to come out. So I'm hoping that with the ice, just a little cube of ice, it's gonna open up a little bit. As far as the whiskey exchange, I'm a little bit torn because I did read the notes on the website and they said that you're supposed to have a very peppery finish, and I'm not getting that. So originally I thought this would be dry and spicy, but I'm kind of tending more onto the fruity and spicy because I do get a lot of sweetness at the beginning, like a fruit sweetness, like a dry fruit like raisins or possibly a little bit of a caramelly toffee taste, but it does end like your standard aged, more a little bit spicier, but I wouldn't say peppery. They call it peppery, I don't call it peppery. I could definitely see that it kind of resembles like a spiced rum, but not as peppery as they claim. So I'm gonna go get some ice and I'll be right back. And I'm back, and I'm gonna put just 2 small cubes in here and see how it opens up on the nose. I'm definitely getting a little bit more of the sweetness. So I just read on the label and I'm very surprised that they do add a little bit of caramel color. So that is quite surprising. They do say that they use spring water and American oak ex-bourbon barrels. don't get me wrong, this is incredibly smooth. I really enjoy this rum, but I was kind of expecting a more evolved taste, if that makes sense. So as far as evolved, what do I mean? I was expecting something on the front end and the middle and then the back. I was expecting a lot more lingering. This is extremely smooth. I'm very impressed. This is probably one of the smoothest rums I have ever tasted. That is quite impressive. And with the little bit of ice, it does open up even more to the sweetness. Like on the, I'd say like on the toffee side. Not as sweet as caramel. I think it's more like a toffee. But this is quite enjoyable. I'll see how it opens up as it starts aging a little bit more and opening up. So it'll be interesting to see how this one opens up. But thank you so much for watching. If you have not hit that subscribe button, make sure you do so I can welcome you on board. If you have tried this rum or the 5-year or any of the others, please let me know. I know there's a 12-year limited edition that I was looking at their website that looked quite interesting, because you know limited editions are super fun for you if you're a collector. But as far as this one, I'm excited to add this to my collection, but I wouldn't switch anything out of my treasure chest at this time. But if you do see this in your local liquor store, I definitely grab it because it's extremely smooth. I could definitely see myself drinking some of this with a nice cigar. But thanks for watching again, and I look forward to the next rum. Cheers.